Well, hello there. Welcome to Resin Surprise Eggs. And why is it called Resin Surprise Eggs? Because we have some eggs and it's going to be a surprise for me and you. Since I was little, I used to blow eggs and decorate them. And over the years, I've made some really cool Christmas ornaments. And when I was younger, I guess in my 20s, starting to have babies, I made, I was probably 18. I'll say I was between 18 and 20. I made a set, it's either 6 or 8, where I used velvet ribbon and I hand painted designs on the eggs and that. So I made Christmas eggs and I gave them to my mom. And now I am 55 now. And she's just been getting rid of all kinds of stuff. She's just unloading a lot of stuff, that just insignificant things. And I ended up getting back my eggs, and none of them were broken. And they were still in the same little carton. I have no idea if she ever, used them or whatever, but they were kept intact. And I was all excited when I saw them. But I have grandkids in that, and sometimes I'll do egg projects or I just save up eggs when I get my hands on some. So I have a little bit of eggs. These two, they're good size eggs. And I have a whole bunch from the craft store that I got on clearance one year. And I decided, I think we're going to do something with them. So I don't really know what it is we're going to do. I don't think it's all going to be done in one sitting. Whatever it is I'm going to come up with, I don't know, but might take 2 or 3 videos to complete. So this will be surprise egg video number 1, I guess. So I'm just mixing up some Envirotex Light. That's what we're working with these days. And one thing I'm definitely going to do is I got the additive out to thicken it. And I cut 2 of my silicone coaster cups. I like to make things in 4s, so I cut 2 of them off and left the other 4 together. I just want to transfer this into the other cup and make sure it's mixed good. I got a few flakes of the copper gold leafing floating around here, so I could see a couple of them got into my resin already. It's the favorite little things we like to have happen, right? I'm not going to bother with them. I'm just going to leave them in. Pennies from heaven. I had a great mediumship development circle tonight. Great 2 hours. So I'm on top of this world right now. Really happy with, had several people come through for me. And when it was my turn to go, I did a really shoulder padding reading. I was really happy that builds up your confidence when you do a really good reading that has meaning to people that you're practicing with and reading for. So that was really great. So it got me all excited and I wanted to do some art now. I'm going to get a little of these bubbles out of here. I forgot to put my bottles up on top of the furnace area to keep them warm. So it was a little chilly stirring my resin around. So I'm going to put a little bit, let's see, I want to put, I'm just going to put a little less than half in this cup here. And I want to give it a couple stirs. And I should give the other cup a couple stirs while I'm at it. Just because I transferred it. Okay. And I should transfer them into other cups right away so they don't start heating up and setting on me. That's always fun. And I'm just going to put little bits of resin in these cups because I want to put several colors onto the eggs. And of course, I don't know how this is going to turn out. This could, it might not turn out good at all in the end. So it's a surprise. It's a resin surprise egg video. Because I'm a goofball. So this is what the additive looks like. You can get this at Stone Co. Countertops under the additives. So I have, I don't know if you could see, I have just a little bit of resin in the bottom of that little cup. And I'm just going to put, I want to thicken it up. So we're going to start with that. And with this, you have to be very gentle with this thickener because it is so light. It is lighter than air. So you want to just move it really slowly so that it's not, you don't want to breathe this in. You want to get it all wet. And stir it in. I want to just refresh my feed here. So what I do is I take my stick and I start smashing it against the sides with the resin, and I just, as if I'm just stirring it slowly, and I'm crushing the little, I don't have anything to mix it up with other than my hand. I don't, I'd love to get one of them little tiny mini whippy things. Did you ever see them cute little tiny ones? The blades like the size of a nickel. And I don't know, they use them for those, I don't know what it is. Lattes, or I don't know what kind of drinks they are. There's some kind of drinks that they whip up. I don't go to those fancy coffee houses. Now, if you see, it's a little thick, and it's, it's going to get a little bit thicker, but I need to put more in because I really want this thick. My mind, I was thinking I would make some snow for the bottom of the, I want to put this in the bottom of the coaster. So I want to make it real thick. This is the stuff that they use to do the walls with. Cabazole, I think it's called. And I have if you're not already a customer of Stone Coat and using someone else's code, I have a code FREEDOM. Okay. Is that it? All right. For some reason it shut off. I don't know why it likes to do this on me, but it does. All right. I'll just mark the first one number 1, I guess. So I was mixing the clear resin and adding in the additive. And I added a second batch of additive, a second little spoonful. You know what? The little spoon that I had in there has these little blue glitter flakes on it, and now I have little blue glitter flakes inside my resin. I'm batting 1,000 tonight between the gold leafing and the... Let's see if I could get a little bit of that out of there. I should have paid attention to that when I saw it on the spoon. Yeah, I'll get it as I see it. If it's in my project, I'll take it out. So I'm still crushing the additive and making this thicker. You see it's starting to get thicker now. Starting to thicken it up. And as I was saying, this is what they use to do the bathroom walls and backsplashes and I was saying for people who don't already have a code to use, you can use the code FREEDOM. It'll get you $30 off an $80 order. You can use that code as many times in a day as you want. From what I'm told, that there's no limit on that, which is cool. I mean, if you got the money to keep ordering, placing orders over and over, you save some money there. You still have to pay your shipping though. I'm trying to get this, and I don't think I could show this to you, but I've been wiping it on the side of the box. I don't know if you could see that. And it's pretty much sticking to the side of the box. So this is for when you're doing vertical resin. So it's getting thicker, but I want it even more thicker. And I've never made it. I don't think I've made it this thick before. I need to wipe off this spoon. Look what I'm doing. I got all that glitter on that spoon like a knucklehead. See if I can get it off of there. Okay, I think I'm good now. I'm going to put another spoonful in. Oh, you know what? It's inside the... I've already got it inside the additive. So it is what it is. My favorite last words. And it is floating in the air already. And you can feel it when it gets in your eyes and your throat. It's like, I don't know if it's like fiberglass or acts like a fiberglass. I think it might be. Now it's super thick. And that's good. That's what I want. And it's super duper thick. So I'll just keep crushing it around a little bit. Just try to get it a little bit smooth. So look at that. So I'm also, and it's still going to get a little bit thicker. So I'm also going to add, because I want to make snow, so I'm going to add some white glitter. Because it's a surprise for you and for me. And you should be able to see the white iridescent glitter in this. It does give it a little milky color, as you could see. I'm thinking I want it a little thicker. Let's see, hopefully that'll be enough. Whoa. When I see it blowing up in the air, these little particles, I start slowly blowing air towards it so that it goes the other direction. No one needs an itchy throat and nose and eyes. So I'm still crushing it against the sides here. And now look at that. All right, hopefully that's not gonna set up on me too quickly. I guess I'll put it in the bottoms of these coasters right away and then get my colors going, because I still don't know how I'm gonna color these eggs yet. And this is a fast setting resin. I get like 20-25 minutes before it starts hardening up on me. And since I have an additive in it, it might not even last that long. But this is what it looks like when it starts to harden on you. And like I said, it's a surprise. Some of my best projects come out super cool when I have no clue what I'm going to do. Sometimes we have a plan and sometimes we don't. Life's an experiment. Sure looks pretty though. Just want to try to get as much as I can. Don't like the waste to drop. Okay. So you see how thick that is. You could see why that stays on the walls when you mix enough of it with your resin. All right, let's get a paper towel going here. Alcohol on it. That 91% alcohol just melts the resin away. Okay, put those sticks over there. And we're going to torch this a little bit to see if we could get it to lay down. And I'll tell you, it doesn't look like it wants to lay down. I might have to spread it around a little bit. I mean, I don't, if it stays in the center, I suppose that would be okay. I just wanted to be able to hold the egg up if I could get it over there. That was sort of what I was thinking of doing. Try to leave a little lump in the center maybe. Let's get this patch up here. Sort of give it a little round shape. It's kind of leaned over a little bit over here. All right, so we're going to leave those two sit like that. We're going to get a little color into these other cups of resin. Let's see what we can do. So I don't have, my red and green colors aren't so great when it comes to resin and alcohol. So I'm thinking of maybe going with maybe some blue. Play with some blues and have the sparkle. Maybe, let me see. I'm looking at my Perfetto paints here. My peacock blue. Thinking about using a little bit of that. If I can open it. Man, everything sticks when they use these plastic jars. Everything wants to stick to the rims and the lids. And when you're in the middle of making stuff, you don't always have clean hands to be trying to clean these edges off. Okay. Look how beautiful that is. Depending on the resin, this does change just a little bit. It's still beautiful though. hate to waste a drop of anything. But I gotta clean off my silver spoon there. Okay. So we got some beautiful blue. Peacock Blue, Perfetto Paints at metallicmark.com. I want to stir that up before I do the next color. Beautiful. Very pretty. And I'm also going to put some thickener in that paint too, in this batch. Is it a good idea? I have no idea. But we're working with eggs, so maybe a little stiffness in the paint might help. Or the resin, I'm sorry. All right, and we're going to stick a little bit of the Twinkle Pearl by Perfetto Paints, metallicmark.com. That is a mica powder. And you add this to any colored paint and it's going to give it sparkle. Beautiful. It's pretty. Oops. And I'm also going to add a little bit of my brand new holographic teal. Just add a little bit in there. So we got double sparkle going on there. Okay, let's get with the next color. I'm going to do a little bit of the Sapphire Blue by Craftsmart. Premium Ultra Bright Metallic. Okay, so now we have these two colors. And we're definitely doing a little bit of gold. Where would we be without our gold? This is Pretty Pigments Gold. That's too much. That's a lot. That's 3315 of the Gold Rush Iridesium line by prettypigments.com. Pritty. They were the first company to send me some products to get my channel going. And I won a box from Perfetto Paints. I won the blue box from metallicmart.com. Look at that. And then Stone Coat. I named their green Mystic Moss color. So they sent me a bag of that and a half-gallon of resin. And then a little bit later, they sent me a half-gallon of the art resin and this, the black and the white base tint that I've been using. Okay, and the blue, I need to add a little in. I didn't add the additive in the blue. So the thickener does change them a little bit. But they're still beautiful colors. All right, so we have two blues. We have a gold. Oh, how about, well, I was thinking about a berry, but how about a purple? We'll do a Craft Smart amethyst. Just a very tiny bit. And that's a metallic. And a little bit of stiffener. Get that additive in there. I ordered the additive when I ordered my 2 gallons of countertop heat resin. Oops. I didn't have any codes to use or anything when I ordered that. So I still saved a little bit to do my kitchen counters, but the weather's not cooperating now, and now it's the holidays, and I would have to shut down my kitchen and stove area for a couple of weeks as far as I'm concerned, till I could get that project done. So now's not a good time. Okay. Don't ask me because I don't have a clue. I don't know. You know, I want to say that maybe I'm wondering if I should sit my egg in there. I don't know if the egg's gonna fall over, that's the only thing. Or if maybe I should have set the egg in there and let it harden and then decorate it later. I just don't know. I feel like maybe that's what I should have done. I think I'm going to put a little gold on the bottom. And I honestly don't know about hitting these with heat. So I'm going to decorate different colors on the bottom, get the bottom area with some colors. Oh, there's that wonderful oil burner. So as my first title said, this was a surprise egg. It's a surprise. We don't know what we're going to get. But the good thing is I have a bunch of other eggs to practice with. And it's not, I'm not really like looking for like cell effects or anything like that. If they happen, they happen. But I just wanted to play with the eggs and resin. That was my goal. So right now we're just trying to get the bottom area. So I can't really touch too much, hold it too well. But you could see if you use this on a wall or a backsplash, you see how thick it is. So it's a good little representative, little tester piece for anyone interested in how that works. I mean, it drips because I see drips over here on the box from where I was wiping the glitter piece off. So it can drip. It's just a matter of how much you put on it, I think, you know. Mixed Media Girl, hello, dear. How are you tonight, Marcy? I'm making surprise eggs with resin and additive. And that's my wonderful oil furnace going on behind me. My workshop is in the woman cave in the basement. Ha ha ha. So I'm just trying to get some color on the bottom of the eggs. And then I'm going to try sitting it down in the little coasters. It's just a big surprise. We just don't know what we're going to get. Ah! Just trying to close up the gap so I can get it sitting down over there. And then work on the other side. I'm already getting my finger where it don't belong. I tend to go on pretty late. I'm on the East Coast, and I usually go on around midnight or after, just because I sit up by myself all night. And I do my mediumship circles, my development circles I sit in are earlier in the evening and usually end around 11 o'clock. So by the time it gets to be my time, it's late. But it's my time to play. Now I feel like this egg's gonna slip out of my fingers in a couple minutes here. So I'm gonna try sitting it down in the coaster here, where I mixed up a bunch of the additive. This is the Cabasol additive from Stone Coat Countertops. And I'm just gonna sit it in the center of that and hope the egg does not fall over. It's a surprise. Let's see. Let's try to lift it up a little bit. I think that the resin's going to start sliding down. It's probably what's going to happen. I can already see it. But that's okay. It's an experiment. It's a surprise. So I put the thickener in each color so it wasn't too runny. And I didn't coat, I didn't coat the egg with a base coat. Maybe next time, but not this time. Just kind of playing around and see what we get. Like the box chocolates. Right, Forrest? If you see it's starting to slide down the bottom of the egg there, it's going to settle a little bit. And that's okay. It's going to do its thing with gravity. I'm not so sure I want to hit it with heat. I'm not sure about that at all. That thickener works good. If you could see that, it's starting to ooze down the egg, which is okay. It's doing its thing. And I guess it's almost impossible to try to hold the egg, so I could push against it a little. See where that's really thick? I wanted to try to smooth that out a little. It's going to keep dripping down. It looks like it's tilting. It's definitely tilting. Which I knew would happen sooner or later. But I gotta watch. I guess I'm putting a lot of weight on, you know, there's weight to this, so. It's looking pretty though, even with the white underneath of it like that, as it's spreading out. Now we got it tilting again. Put a little of the peacock blue on this side. Good thing I have my blowholes at the top, right? So I could keep straightening it out. It's like when I put my crystals in my geodes. They like to slide all over the place. All right, I want to put some peacock color up top. So when Mike uses this and he does his vertical walls, he uses that trowel and spreads it out, spreads it thin, and it doesn't really, I don't recall it moving around too much, because he probably puts a lot more to ratio than I put in, even for this little bit. So I'm going to spread this up. It's like a big drip going on there. And you know what? That mix is nice. The colors all mixing together like that look pretty. And I love the gold. I can't have too much gold in my stuff. I'm a little gold whore. I love it. I don't wear gold jewelry though, but I love sparkling gold. So I sold the gold jewelry I had to get the stone coat heat. The heat, 2 gallons of the heat resin. That's how much I could care about wearing gold jewelry. All right, I need to turn this around. It's really starting to swirl again. I mean, it's moving. It's got to start setting up soon. We're almost hitting our time limit there. Oh, you son of a, you know what? Looks like I'm gonna have to put something in there. It's gonna be a surprise. All right. We'll live with that. We will cover it. That's from all the pressure I put on it trying to straighten it out. Let's hope it doesn't keep spinning on me. I did not experiment with anything first. This is live, so I'll have to have, maybe I'll put a little surprise chickie in there. All right, I need to finish putting some more colors on so I can get to the other egg before these colors dry up on me. Now it really is going to be a surprise egg. What's the surprise that's going to be inside? My granddaughter's going to love it. She loves surprise eggs. I'm going to see about putting some gold on the very edge. And it doesn't really matter, I don't think, if it drips inside. Not at this point. Anything goes at this point. I know I have something in mind that I'm going to stick inside this egg. But I'm going to have to wait till it dries. And then I'll have to do it. And it's going to be a surprise. I'm not going to give it away yet. I'm going to surprise y'all. It's so funny. I'm just a barrel of laughs. Oh, I love it. It's cool looking. It's very pretty. These are my favorite chakra colors too. It's my little chakra egg. All right, Eggie, don't be turning on me now. Let's try to get you to stand up without breaking you anymore. I think that looks so pretty how it's blending at the bottom where it's dripping down. Now, on the back, I would like to put some gold. And it is slipping, sliding away. Are we allowed to sing on YouTube? So this is thickening up a little bit. Here. I'm so tempted to hit that with some heat, but I know if I do, it's all going to run off the egg. So I think maybe I should just leave well enough alone. And I don't want to put too much more resin on, you know, to make it too heavy that it just wants to keep falling. These colors get me though. Really love them. How do we escape adulting? Doing art. That's right. Oh, I love it. Grammy is loving it. What if I could pick up that shell stuck to the bottom in there? Well, I'll have to work on the inside when it's completely dried. And at this point, like, I knew these eggs were cracked and had weak spots, and I figured if I could resin on them, it would make them stronger. This one didn't make it, but once I figure out what I'm doing with the inside, which I have a pretty good idea in my head that came to me now, and it's a surprise now, I think the resin is definitely going to be has strengthened will strengthen it once it's hard. All right, so I think we're tilting again. I would rather have it so it's now. There goes another piece. Maybe if I stick my finger in there, I'd get my finger stuck, right? I want it so you could see inside of it. You get to see the surprise live here. Definitely have to do this in parts though. I love how those colors look blending on top of that white sparkle at the bottom. Really looks pretty. I want to leave that alone. If I could control myself, I can always do more layers on it. See how pretty it looks at the bottom where the colors are mixing? And it's really running down. We're going to get a lot more running down the bottom. It's going to look so pretty. I love how mistakes become beautiful art. It's really awesome. This reminds me right now of how I do sugar cookie art with the royal icing, and I make 3 different consistencies. And when I do the line art on the cookies, you like stretch the sugar coming out of the cake bag. How about that? All right, let's get busy on this little bugger here. And this egg is kind of thick. You see the thickness on it? I'm not seeing any breaks in it. This one did have breaks in it. I just want to move that one out of the way. I have to keep an eye on it. I don't want to put it in my dust-free zone because if it starts falling or whatever, I want to be able to help it. So this stuff's all starting to get super thick. So I'm turning it upside down and just like I'm doing a cupcake. Good thing my granddaughter's not here. She would want to be touching this. I really haven't done any resin art around her. She's 5. She's a smart kid, but I wouldn't want her to just start grabbing stuff and have a moment where she might not be listening. She usually always listens unless she's tired. But I'm not going to take that chance unless, if her mom wants to come over, and 2 adults is better than 1. She's a pretty good listener, though. She's the one I was making the mermaid for, the 26-inch freeform mermaid that I made. Of course, I keep that here because it is fragile. So she gets to play with it and talk to it when she's here. She asked me to make her one with purple. What did she say? Purple and pink hair. I don't think she was crazy about the red hair one I made. I just figured Ariel, and she just figured something else. And that's okay. Put a little peacock color on here. I really do have a cool idea. If I can get it to work, it's going to be awesome. So this one, I'm just swirling it around till I sit it down. It's going to drip down. So I'm just trying to spread it out a little bit. Colors are so pretty when they mix together. All right, maybe I'll get a little bit of this blue on the back here. Oh, I ordered 80 adhesive back 4x4 squares to put on my coasters because I already had 70 done and I bought a case of 100 because I love making them little suckers. So I'm actually going to use, what is it called? Comes in a silicone tube. I think it's called Hard as Nails. Now I'm going to put this in the center of the, yeah, that's hardening up pretty good down there. I twist it down a little bit. So I am going to add the Hard as Nails on top of, like peel the adhesive thing back and just put that on top of it because I'm not going to trust some little skimpy little adhesive thing that someday could wear off and then my art looks like crap to people. So I'm going to really secure them on there good. So I got those on Amazon. I don't have links in the bottom because Amazon is playing games right now with me. So I paid, gosh, 18? Yeah, it was 18 something. And then I ordered a bunch of little empty ink bottles, tiny little ink bottles to transfer my inks into because they're so strong that they're cracking the lids. I love those inks, but I didn't expect them to start eating the lids away, the jars that they're in, so I'm going to put them in new jars for sure. And I had bought another set off Alibaba. It was, what was that, 15 bottles? I think it might have been 15 bottles. And here, I can't read Chinese, and it must have said water base. So those are going to end up being like, I'll make little paints for the grandkids to paint with out of those. They don't mix it all with the alcohol. The first batch does. The first ones that I ordered. I'm going to actually order more of them to put in these new jars because I used a lot of them. They're so beautiful, though. So if you look at the ones that I've done with the inks on them, they're either Dr. Martens or these nameless Chinese inks. I love the Dr. Martens, but they're expensive, and these Chinese ones are just as brilliant and way cheaper. I think it was $7 for 10 of them. So we're going to try to do the top again. So far, our little egg over there is doing good. It is dripping down, but it's looking marvelous. Oh, you know what? I'm not sure if it moved or not. I'll just pull it forward a teensy little bit. It's starting to set up pretty good because it's like I'm pulling it forward and it's going bouncing back a little bit. So that resin's starting to set up, which is good. So it's going to set in midstream. And this resin's getting ready to say, "Hey lady, I've had enough." You know, I can't tell if it's tilting. Okay, what other colors? Let's get some of this blue over here. So beautiful. So beautiful. So thick. Thick as a brick. Be getting in trouble for screwing with copyright stuff if I start singing songs. I think. I don't know how that works. I just want to hear some LP, baby. I love to listen to it. The song she did, the Halo song, where she starts wailing with her opera voice. So badass. She's the next upcoming legend, that chick. She's #1 in so many other countries. And she's from New York City. And America doesn't even have it going on with her. So lame. She's so amazing. I can't believe she's coming to Philly and she's going to be at the Fillmore Theater. You know, like, put her in the Union Center, for crying out loud. I think the LGBT community would fill that sucker up for that woman. She is incredible. You get a chance to look her up. It's capital L, capital P. And I think she's Italian. I cannot pronounce her name. Pella Lagazzi. I don't know how to say it. Laura Pella Lagazzi. She's got some cool music. Switchblade, Muddy Waters, Lost on You. In 2013, she did the Halo song by Beyonce, which I don't listen to Beyonce, so I don't really know how she sang it. But I know this chick can sing, and she can sing it. She gets she starts out slow and gets it to a crescendo. It's amazing. Yeah, this is setting up. And it's tilting. We got a tilter, people. Okay. I'm half tempted to hit this one with some heat. That one over there is melting down nice all on its own. Doesn't need any help. This is so cool. I get amused easily. This is cool. And look at that. What can we put in there? Purple and peacock. Get some purple over there. Now, is that straight? I think it's crooked. I think I need to get more toothpicks. See if I could straighten her out. It's definitely setting crooked. All right. Here, I didn't have you on camera. I'm sorry. So sorry. Probably been doing the whole thing without even realizing that. So let's see if we can turn it without breaking it like the other one. See, it's hard to tell. I'll have it one way and it looks straight, and then I turn it this way and it looks crooked. It's a big egg. If I hit it with a little heat, maybe the weight will drop off of it a little bit and it'll drip down nicely. It's pretty cool. Look, it's a surprise egg. Are you as surprised as I am? Excuse me. I am tempted to hit this one with some heat. You can really see the big drips on there. And those drips make it lean. I would never overdo it. What the heck? Me? No way. So this is like what they would do with the wall when they're using the trowel, scooping it up the wall. That looks pretty with the gold showing through. I should spray it with some of my alcohol ink. I'll probably start running all over the place. So I can't tell. I can't tell. I think it's a little bit crooked. But then I turn it and it looks okay. All right, I'm gonna just give it a little bit of heat. Just from far away. Oh, look at all them bubbles that popped. Didn't even know they were there. Can't see them till you pop them sometimes. So it's definitely dripping. So pretty how those colors mix. I just don't know if you could see that. You see that? I see a hair. There's a hair on my popsicle stick. Probably from the edge of that box. Yeah, it's still there. Let's get rid of that stick. And I can always do this a second coat too. Okay, see, now that looks crooked to me. It looks like it's sliding. Okay, it's sliding again. Come on, harden up. What if I blow some cold air on it? I'll see, it's going to start breaking open if I keep trying to do it that way. This is a tedious business. The surprise egg business here. Let's get this egg standing straight up again. Toothpicks made little marks on it. And now it's going the other direction. Just like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, damn it. Slip sliding away. It's very pretty though. I don't want to hit it with more heat, that's for sure. I can fix it up when it's dried, even add a little more touches. Just want to cover that hole. Look at this guy over here. Looks like it's pretty sturdy over there. We need this one to get as sturdy. Sturdy little birdie, because it's crooked again. Come on, you little surprise egg. Surprise me and stay still. And the nice thing is I can always sand it, you know, because it's going to be hard once it's cured. Wow, these colors mix so pretty on here. I want to grab a tile and get the rest of this resin on a tile now. Alright, I'm going to take my gloves off and see if I can hold my camera. Let me check this one. Alright, let me try to get the camera down. I hope you could see those colors. I can't because of my screen protector. It's one of the dark ones. How beautiful is that? Alright, let me steady my hand because apparently I can't do two things at once. See, as it goes around, it sort of looks like it's leaning, and then it looks like it's straight. We got some dripping lumps going on. But I'm afraid if I hit it with the torch, it's going to just make it slide all over. Now this I have a good idea for. So let's hope that that will turn into a nice work of art once that's done. See if I can get this back into the phone without shutting down the feed like I do. Alright. So it looks like it's leaning again. I'm going to try to straighten it one more time. boy, does that look crooked from this direction. Yorkie hair. And now if I turn it, it's going to look crooked in this direction. Sure does. I'm going to put it flat, get it off the cup, and see if that helps. I should stick a wire in there, wire it to the lamp still. With my luck, I'll end up, you know what, like I just did. All right. Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing, what I was gonna do. Definitely hadn't a clue. So it wasn't a joke about being a surprise egg. I want to see if I can heat up what's left over by chance and get it on a tile. See how this works out. See how many cups we can burn up. Won't be the first time. Let's get the camera on this now. I could feel that heat. But that does the trick though. Just hitting that cup with a little bit of torch. Should be able to spread that out. Definitely. Hot, 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 hot. Loosens that right up though. Either does one or two things, loosens it up or makes it harder. Well, I feel better now that I didn't waste the last of it. See how our egg's doing. It's a little tilty. Got a little itty bitty gold here. Time are we looking at? 2:33. Time just flies when you're having a good time with resin. All right, let me get a stick. Very pretty. Like to get a little coat on the edges. And then we'll hit it again. Don't forget, we just did our 100 subscriber giveaway. We're up to 129. Next one's at 200. So it'll be some of the jewelry that I make and resin art. Let's see what these guys are up to over here. I think this can feel the heat when I hit that tile. It's starting to set up because it's starting to spring back. You know, I just can't get it. Yeah, but my luck, the hole's probably not centered on the top either. Boy, I should just stick a couple broken toothpicks in there to hold that sucker up, huh? That would be interesting, wouldn't it? I'm gonna get that out of the heat's way because I need to hit this now. Oh, I love how the gold mixes with those colors. Let's get over there a bit. I didn't have any base coat down. And I want to hit it with the alcohol, but I don't want to hit the eggs. Let's see what I have. Copper's closer. There it goes. It's burning. It's burning. Yeah. Gotta love when that happens. This is where I like to dash a little bit of my ink on top. Oh, I can't control myself. I can't control myself. I have to do it. Put a little magenta on there. Let's see what I could use. I can't flick it on there. I can't get it to flick on there. Let's try getting it to the edge and flicking it on. Come on. Oh, that was a big one. Oh, that's a big one. All right. Now, where's my paper towel? I like it, but I don't want too much. Thought I had a blue. That is a Dr. Martens ink. That's a China ink. That's the ink that I like working with there. But boy, does that stuff stink. I don't know. I say that every time I open it. It reeks. And I had another blue. There it is. You see when that hits that pink? See what it does? It turns it a strange color pink. Yeah, I don't know why, but it does. Makes it crazy. Now, where's my iridescent? Sticky, 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 baby. That's called Grammy Likes to Play. That's what that's called. And boy, does it look pretty. Oh, I had a ball with my other ones the other night. I didn't show those since I did them either. They came out beautiful. I put a clear coat on them, and now I'm going to sand them again and put another clear coat on. Don't be cooking it, Denise. Don't be cooking it. That's what stoves are for. Nothing I like better. Playing with those inks. It's my weakness. It's a shame it doesn't show up as bright. I can see on the laptop that it looks very dark, and it's really very bright. Just doesn't seem like you can see it. How beautiful. How amazing. I almost can't touch anything. I've got resin everywhere. I took my glasses, my gloves off. Okay. I see that looks crooked. Has a mind of its own. I don't know if I can move it again. I think it's almost just about set up. If I even hit that with heat, it's just going to plop sideways. It's beautiful. Look at that one. This one, we're going to be able to look inside when I'm done. Once I decorate inside there, after it's nice and hard, I probably will paint resin on the inside once it's all done. And then make it completely a hard shell. And then I have something else in mind to put in there. And it's a surprise. I love myself. Oops. If you can't have fun with yourself, you'll never have fun with anyone else. Now, I'm pretty sure I used up all my resin I had sitting here. I am getting an idea in my mind. I have to dig some things out to get to my idea. See if I can get back there. Ugh. All right, those are too big. I don't want to give my idea away. I'm just trying to see if I can find something that would be tiny enough. I don't think I have a tiny, that's kind of tiny. That's too big. Probably gonna have to wait to do what I'm thinking, because if I put any weight on it, and all my good cases are in the back, all the way in the back. Oh, I forgot I had half of this stuff here. I love when I find stuff that I forgot I had. Huh, happy days. It's a surprise, so I can't show you yet. That's the name I had on the original video I started tonight. And then it shut off on me and I had to restart. That was no fun. But I did forget I had all these beautiful little baubles. And my backup baubles. Oh, okay. I don't have any small enough, what I'm looking for. And that looks tacky, so I'm not going to put that on there. I think I'm just going to have to wait until it's set up. It's getting there though. I didn't hit the first one with any type of heat. This one I didn't put any heat on. And it's definitely, you could see there's a few little air bubbles in there. And I'm afraid if I hit it with some heat, it's just gonna fall right over. So I don't want to mess with it. This little guy. He's got a few little imperfections on him, but I can sand him a little bit once he's good to go. And I can do other coats on top if I need to. And there you have it. The Cranch Creations art. You never know what you're going to get. That's right. That's silver. I don't think silver. I'm not too big on silver leafing. I love gold leafing. Copper leafing's pretty awesome too. I wanted to put some on the tile. All right. It is almost 3 o'clock now. East Coast. I'm sitting here contemplating. What can I do to the tile? See that I made that out of a lump of resin that was setting up in a cup. That's cool looking. Put that on top of there. So I want to go put these in the cabinet. Oh, see, that's moving. I don't know if you could see that. Did you see that? stand up a little straighter. And to be able to see inside of it. Maybe I'll be able to develop something that I can hang, make a little hangman's noose and put some wire in there to wire them still and work on them around the wire with them. Maybe I could build something, because I really do have a lot of eggs to do. These were just the first 2 experiments. So tempted to hit them with some heat, but I better not. Just keep talking myself out of it. Let me get my other light, see if I could light them up before I end this one. I know the more I move it around, the more it's probably falling. Let's see how pretty that is, though. It's really pretty. Let's see if I can get this camera closer. Everything's sticking to the box now. It's all setting up nice and sticky. There's the back of it. See, this is why I don't want to go up and go to bed yet, because it's still moving. See the colors on there? Can you see that? I'm not sure if you can. Pretty, pretty, pretty. There's your surprise eggs. So we'll see what becomes of them. They're not done yet. Thanks for checking it out. If you like it, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thanks for stopping in. Rock on, have a badass life, make something pretty. And we'll see you again. Ciao.